Destiny Rising is starting to have a bit of a problem, and I think that this will resolve itself over time, but it's something that the community should really be thinking about going into the next reset, which is happening in just a couple days. Let me show you here. The Calamity Ops reset and the expanse will happen in 2 days, 18 hours. Now, this whole video is sort of about this style of content and the decisions we've all made as a community that we didn't know would end up leading us down a very difficult path. What I'm talking about is the fact that everybody kind of decided which characters... Wait, there's rabbits here? Can you pet the rabbits? Sorry, distractions. Everyone kind of decided who were the best characters and who you should go for and who you should build up first. And what ended up happening was a huger number of wins out into the public and not so many other characters. Then the new limited pool came out and we got a lot of Estella players. At the very top end, we have so many Estellas, so many Gwyn's, and not many other characters. And it presents itself as a problem because a lot of content requires a variety of different weapon types and element types. Explanation would be Calamity Ops. Essentially, if we all go and pick the same characters to level up, when it gets to a point like this where we need specific weapon types and a range of different elements, you know, we just can't progress. Hardly anyone can get past this expert 1 level in Calamity Ops, me included, because it's just so hard to get a good variety of characters within a single match when you just matchmake. You know, we're getting like 3 Gwyn's. You can see that a lot. Estella, Gwyn, and Ningfei would be the most optimal build, and it does happen sometimes, but not often enough. I think what I'd just like to kind of put out there as a bit of a disclaimer before the new season starts: don't get caught up on upgrading the best character necessarily, because the best character is always going to change, and we need a variety of high-level characters to be able to complete the content at the highest level together. Now, a little bit of a heads up: you don't have to matchmake in a lot of these modes to find the teammates you need. And I think a lot of people are underestimating the power of this Fire Team Finder ability. And the result of that is nobody's using it, and everyone's just running in with their attempts in Calamity Ops and losing their attempts. And that's just simply because there are far too many Gwyn's in comparison to Ningfei's at the top of the player base, right? At the very highest of power rating, we have more Gwyn's sitting there. To kind of put this into perspective on how many more Gwyn's there are than Ningfei's, I currently have 68,000 power with Ningfei. I also have 68,000 power with Gwyn. But with Gwyn, that puts me at 795th in power rankings on the leaderboard. But with Ningfei, that puts me at 109. I am almost within the top 100 Ningfei players, but with an almost similar power rating, I'm in the top 800 Gwyn players. There are so many more Gwyn players than there are Ningfei players, and this is going to become even more of a problem as the content types change and Gwyn is no longer necessary, because if we go and have a look here, we go to the season. Soon, it's going to change to Arc and Solar. So luckily, there are quite a few Estellas, but what I'm trying to point out here is that as the seasons change and content evolves, we are going to need more variety in characters in the community. So just because someone online says Gwyn is the best character, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean we all need to pick Gwyn, right? And it's become a bit of a problem that I guess we all want to try and have the best character, and the result is there are more people with the best character and less people with the other characters leveled up, and now we have a shortage, right? I would much rather have a Ningfei on my team in Calamity Ops than another Gwyn. So this is just to kind of give a bit of a PSA going forward into future seasons. It doesn't matter necessarily what your character does or how they fit into the meta. It's going to be more important about what element they have and what weapon they have in terms of the combat style. Now, there is a bit of a solution to this problem, and it is going to be down to the Fireteam Finder, which I think is one of the most underrated tools in the game, and a lot of people don't use it. Most people, me included, because it takes time, will just click matchmake, right? Now, the trouble is with that, we're going to get situations where, let's have a look at my history, right? I mean, I got a Ning, Fei, Gwyn, Gwyn. Luckily, we did get a couple perfect situations there, right? But as we go back further down, we start to see that the team composition really doesn't work out so well, right? So the best way that we can solve this is if you are a character that is highly played, like Gwyn, need to try and create a fire team listing, right? So we're going to post this, and we can share it to the nearby and mentor channel. And now we've got our fire team thing open, right? And we are going to wait. And I would honestly suggest anybody that's also struggling with Calamity Ops or any sort of content, please consider using the fire team feature, whether you're creating a fire team or finding one, because matchmaking is just going to put you randomly with other players who may have their highest level character the same as yours, which is going to make it really hard for you to progress through content. So this is a PSA to take advantage of the Fireteam Finder. Don't waste your attempts because we've only got 2 days left. If you want to try and get to the next rank, promote yourself, and get better rewards, then use the Fireteam feature. And I doubt I'm even going to be able to get anyone in my Fireteam by the end of this video. I'm going to just leave it running, we'll see, because hardly anybody uses it, which is such a shame. And it's going to cost us a lot of time, effort, and resources if we don't use it. So as a community, I'm calling everybody, let's use this feature and take advantage of it. If we know Calamity Ops requires specific characters and a specific set of requirements, let's not blindly matchmake into it and just have triple Gwyn all the time. It's not going to work out. Now, there are some other ways to improve your power rating or chances of progressing through Calamity Ops. Specifically, I think having higher power rating than the recommended 67k is a huge thing. It's really going to help. If we take a look at Calamity Ops and we go Season 1, we should be... Oh, no, we need to go current rank. Yes, so this team got 400,000 damage in Calamity Ops, and we'll be able to see that their power rating is 71k, 72k. And this one, the players that we can actually see their stats for, most people have their profiles on private, 73k. Let's go down all the way to, like, I don't know. Let's say maybe up here somewhere. Let's do 3... We want over 390, really. Let's try and find a team that's over 390 on the leaderboard. Here we go, 400k, 395 even. Gwyn, 72k. Stella, 71k. The point I'm making is that extra couple thousand worth of power rating is going to make your Calamity Ops experience that much easier. So if you can, and I know it's very difficult because we're very stuck on resources, let's be honest, if you can, try and upgrade your power rating before using your Calamity Ops attempts, because it just makes things immediately a million times easier. And I think that it's been developed specifically in this way to make sure that it's very, very hard to progress until your power rating is higher, which is a shame because you can't get out enough DPS. So let's take a look at this character. What have they done to reach a higher level? Well, one of the things they've done is they have done the level 85 upgrade to ensure they can get extra power rating out of that. They've also made sure they can upgrade the exotic to the full potential, which is going to take a lot of grinding, unfortunately, a lot of effort. Now, if you didn't know, some exotics you can sort of grind without pinnacle energy, although it is a bit of a pain. The strike, for example, has a 1% chance to getting some of these exotics. Now, unfortunately, that's a little bit more frustrating for somebody like Ning Fei, because to get his, you have to do Gauntlet Onslaught, which does take a little bit longer. But the basic rewards are still 1%. So a lot of grinding, and you could get these. The next part, of course, is the other exotic material, which is in limited supply, which will come from the legendary campaign, right? Over the coming weeks, we will have enough resources to fully upgrade this. What I'm trying to say is that as the seasons go on, try to take part in pushing your power level, not just to the limit, but further than the limit, and focusing that one main character where you can to ensure that you're able to do the content more efficiently, right? Like what I've done is I've got Estella, I've got Gwyn, I've got Ning Fei, I've got Wolf. All of these characters I put in a lot of resources for, and now I'm kind of not really of any value to anybody in the community. Like, I can't go into a Calamity Ops and really help anybody or progress my own Calamity Ops level, because I just don't have enough power rating. If I had thought ahead, I could have not used all of this currency here, the exotic weapon infusion cores, all over on a bunch of different exotics, and I could have focused on just Ning Fei and got my power rating to like 70,000. And at that point, I would be able to progress through the game, and I would be of value to anybody else that needed a strong Ning Fei player on their team. So I guess I'm just trying to say, for the future, we could all work together and really kind of think about the fact that the character that we build is not just valuable to us, but it's also valuable to the greater community. And this is also even true for Legendary Campaign, where we can share each other's builds, right? If we add each other as a friend or join a wolf pack, we can share each other's builds. And did you know that if you borrow someone's build and you win the Legendary Campaign with it, that person's build that you borrowed will then get some mythic materials and glimmer. And that's a pretty nice way of saying thank you. I didn't even know that was possible, but I woke up today and got some mythic materials because someone used my my Gwyn build, I think. So we as a community can progress through the content faster if we use the Fireteam Finder feature. We add each other as friends and borrow each other's characters for Legendary Campaign, and make sure that we focus really hard on the character that we really like and ensure that that power rating is as high as possible, because that's going to provide so much value to a lot of other content types. And one of the highest level endgame resources is going to be from Calamity Ops, where we will need to work together to reach higher ranks to get more exotic weapon clusters, and more importantly, incandescence clusters. So I guess to end this video, and by the way, not a single person has joined this, let's all use this Fireteam Finder feature. Let's build the teams that we need to actually succeed in content. Let's add each other as friends, and take advantage of character borrowing and Legendary Campaign, and we can all progress together. And let's be smart about the way we all use our resources. I mean, we're all learning. It's all a new game, right? But now going forward, I know not to spread myself too thin with these exotic materials, right? Because I would rather have one character that is 70,000 power than having 3 characters at 68,000 power. Because the truth is, I would be able to progress through a lot more if I did that. Same could even be said for the Expanse. I don't have enough power to go through the Expanse because I spread myself too thin with resources. So just something to think about as a community. We can actually progress through content a little bit better if we all sort of just choose a strong main and then share each other's, share the load in terms of Calamity Ops and Legendary Campaign. It's a shame we can't do character borrowing for the Expanse. That would be awesome. But at least for now, we can help each other out with Calamity Ops and Legendary Campaign. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.